morning, boys and girls. It's New Year's Day, Tuesday, the 1st of January 2019. A warm welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom talk, coming to you from the Chapel Hill Marina in Lincolnshire. I think that picture froze then, didn't it? Never mind, a little bit of trouble with that other little camera there. I don't know what's going wrong with that. Can I just unplug something and plug it back in again? That usually sorts out the problem. Hang on a minute. Unplug that, plug that back in again. Just give it a few seconds. And will it work? No, it won't. But never mind. That is quite a nice view of me, isn't it, I think? I might have that printed off and framed in a photograph somewhere and give it away as free gifts or something like that. Well, I'm surprised so many of you are up this morning. All a bit drunk last night, were you? Huh? Not me. No, non-drinking Chris. And not a drop of alcohol past my lips last night. I bet some of you are still on it, aren't you? Let's see who's there. Let's guess who's still drunk this morning. Diane Jeb. Oh, she's definitely drunk this morning. She must be drunk. She sent me a very, very nice private message this morning. Thank you, Diane, for that. It's much appreciated. Oh, wait, I can't. Where's... Just a minute. Oh, wrong mouse. So many little bits and pieces. Good morning, Diane. Wendy. Good morning, Wendy. Oh, Christ, I'm surprised she can open her eyes. She'll be there with a bottle of champagne, I'm telling you now. Morning, Wendy. Don't forget the new calendar. Yes, down at the Bracknell Television Studios. I don't have a calendar, a Barry calendar here. There will be a new Barry calendar for you all to see on Saturday morning when we're down at Bracknell. Right? Good morning to Rod Brown. Diane Strelly's there. Morning, Diane. Katie Ann Patterson. Good morning. Paul and Lou there over in Birmingham. Wendy's off out somewhere. See you later, Wendy. Thank you, Diana. Is that the first time you've seen our little opening? We have two openings. There's one for when I'm up here in Lincolnshire and one for when I'm down there in Bracknell in Berkshire. So two different openings we have. I'm surprised you haven't seen that before, Diane. Do try and pay full attention. Actually, my my nephew-in-law, so that's my niece's husband, he was asking last night, and a lot of people ask, why have you got such a long opener? It's about 5.5 minutes long, something like that, I think. And I always explain it because people don't understand what that's for. The point is, if I just switch on the camera and start talking, there'd be no one there. So I'll be talking to myself. So that 5-minute intro gets everyone sort of in, if you see what I mean. It gives them a chance to get in. Oh, there's something happening. You know, they may only stay 2 seconds or 3 minutes. People may only stay 3 minutes. For all I know, I don't know. But that's what that 5 minutes opening's for, is for people to join us, and then there's people there before I start, before we all start talking to each other. All right, that's the purpose for that. Thank you, Diane. I'm glad you like it. Good morning, Joanna. Vectis is in the house. Shania is not well. She is being sick and groaning a lot. I wonder what's wrong with her. Oh, don't tell me Shania's been drinking. Not the church wine. You haven't nicked a bottle of wine from the church, have you? Oh, my God, blimey. I mean, the priests are all drunk most of the time. Don't tell them I told you that. They're drunk most of the time, those priests, you know. A couple of them, they don't stop drinking that wine. You think he's up there and he has a little sip? No! Have you never noticed how they take the chalice down underneath the altar? He's knocking them back, mate, that priest in your church. I'm telling you that now. Happy New Year to you, Joanna, you lovely lady. May you have a safe and prosperous New Year. Live long and prosper, in the words of the great Spock, Leonard Nimoy. Morning to Ants Galloway, who is on holiday in Thailand at the moment. Looking for a new ladyboy, aren't you? Good luck, Ants. I hope you can afford one over there. Don't forget, you have to send them money. You have to send money back to the family if you bring a ladyboy back. Remember that. Good morning to Miriam. What a lovely name, Miriam, who's in Laos. Good morning, Miriam. Ray Reynolds is in the house. Good morning. The New Year Parade is on London Live at 12 noon. Does anyone watch that, London Live? What a dreadful channel that is. Why do they bother? Oh, it's horrendous. That it's just all old films and bad presenters during the daytime, isn't it? Morning to Mark Hobbs. Good morning, Mark. Weird City Citizen over on YouTube. Ray Reynolds is... thank you for noticing the illuminated caravan here, as provided to me by one of our glorious listeners. Thank you very much for our little caravan there. For one of our wonderful viewers. Look at that. She sent me that. Along with all the other little bits and pieces. The sweeties, we had Bush's baked beans. I think they've put them in the food cupboard now. Bush baked. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Diana, I didn't go out as you wasn't out. Is that right, Diana? I didn't go out. No, thank you. I just went round to my sister's house for a couple of hours or so and did my chest no after that. Because I get terrible asthma when I go around my sister's. And it was really bad last night when I came away from there. It got a little bit better as I drove home, though, fortunately. Good boy. Mark Hobbs didn't have any alcohol at all last night as well. Good boy, Mark. Michelle White, queen of all of Waitrose. And no, not just queen of all of Waitrose. Queen of all supermarkets everywhere. Except Aldi. A very, very good morning to Michelle. And you know there was no Dynasty on last week, don't you? Michelle was a big Dynasty fan. I got her into the new series of Dynasty. Well, actually, they're on the second new series now. Hilarious. It wasn't on last week, though, was it? We did check. Don't worry, we did check. We check every Saturday, me and Ronnie. We check Saturdays. Mark Hobbs, it's the first time watching the show this morning. Oh, is it? Sorry, Mark, I thought you'd been there before. Okay, well, I hope you enjoy it. It's just a little bit of fun, really, Mark. We don't really get too serious or anything like that. Sometimes people come on and, could you do, I don't know, Brexit and how Theresa May's making a dreadful job. No, we don't really do anything like that. Just a little bit of fun. That's what we do here. Good morning to John Parrish. Hello, Flower. Hello, Flower yourself, John. That's quite a nice thing to say, that is. Hello, Flower. I do feel like a flower this morning. You're probably looking at me now, John, wishing that you were actually gay and fancied me, aren't you? And I know that. I can see the beauty in my own face. Don't worry about that. I understand that. You know, sometimes married men, you know, they do have a little inkling, especially when I come along. You know, and I do get chased away by jealous girlfriends quite often. You know when you see these young dilfs, sorry, I shouldn't use that term perhaps. You know when you see these young lads pushing the prams, gorgeous lads, sort of about 23, 24, 25 years old, and then there they are behind them, face like thunder. You know, bad makeup, hair tied back, thundering along behind them. Oi, Mark! Do that! Oi, John, come here! Like that, talking to the gorgeous young lads. And then the lads spot me. Unfortunately, the girlfriends see the lads spot me and then start screaming and shouting at the lads and chasing after me with knives, usually. With one of those zombie knives. Anyone get a zombie knife for Christmas? Very useful. Oh dear. Weird City Citizen does like the 5-minute opener. Actually, yeah. I know some of you watch it, don't you? Is it like a test card, really? Is it like a moving test card, I suppose? Diane Jeb. Very good girl. Yes, no alcohol at all last night. Thank you, Diane. You good girl. Katie Ann. Yes, Katie. Do you like it? Look, I've got the lights on, Katie. Your caravan lights are on. The lights are on. It's like my head. The lights are on, but there's no one. Hello? Do you know anyone like that, where the lights are on and there's no one home? Usually millennials. Millennials are like that. We don't like millennials on this program. I'm sorry, we just don't. None of us do. Even the millennials that watch this program don't like millennials. Ghastly people. Oh, it's really I wonder if this will be the year that millennials suddenly no longer become offended. Do you think that might happen this year? I do hope so. Vectis, boy, that girl can drink. What, Shania? I'm very, very surprised at that. I thought she was like a lemonade, Coca-Cola, orangeade type girl. Cherryade, if even, but possibly. I'm not a fan of Cherryade, are you? What's the other drink that I haven't had for Tizer. Does that still exist? Tizer. Do you remember Tizer? The appetizer. Tizer, the apple, and Lucozade. AIDS recovery, it said. Lucozade, AIDS recovery. Whenever I was ill, always Mum would bring me Lucozade. Did it aid the recovery? No. Still remained ill. What a waste of money. Just coloured water, that's all it is. Lucozade and Tizer. 2 drinks I haven't had for ages. Thank you, Mark. That's our Christmas background. It remains up, of course, until the 6th. Just a reminder, gang, if you think you're going to take your decorations down before the 6th of January, very, very unlucky. You may be sitting there and, I can't be, but I'm going to take them down today. Well, don't come crying to me if you end up in hospital or in a multiple car crash, or, you know, you go on a plane and it crashes, or a boat and it sinks, or your dog flips over dead, you know, minutes after you've taken your decorations down. I warned you. 6th of January. Before that, very unlucky. After that, also very unlucky. It must be by the night of the 6th of January. Shania. But unfortunately, you can't. She's not up yet. She's still chucking up in the toilet somewhere. Awful. Morning to Adrian Richardson. Morning, Adrian. Happy New Year to you, sir. Did you go to Central Station last night for the Kelly and Jason show? I hope that went well. And DJ Chris was playing the new the music last night, wasn't he? Weird Cities Listen. Some good murder mysteries on London Live. The guy from How Does a Few, Fred. I don't know who that is, my friend. Don't know who that is. Adrian said, this is my first time watching the show this year. Yeah, correct. Yeah. If you say so, Adrian, darling, that's all right, my love. Katie Ann, a couple. Yeah, a couple. There's always a couple, dear. Always a couple. Vectis, I thought you'd be an iron brew man. Is that like Orangeade, iron brew? That's a Scottish thing, isn't it? Didn't they change the formula or take the sugar out or something? I don't know. I don't think I've ever had iron brew. The actual title of it puts me off. Funny, isn't it? Iron brew. I think, well, why would I want to fill my mouth with metal? Bits of metal going in there. I wouldn't want to do that, would I? No, so I've never had that. Morning to Sean Michael Crabtree. Good morning, Sean. He was at West 5 last night. Was that busy? West 5. I DJ'd there for a while. Yeah, I DJ'd there for a while. Now, can I just make a point here of apologising to those of you that used the text-in number yesterday, 07551 259 675. I completely forgot to even turn the phone on yesterday. There is a text-in number. Okay, if you're having trouble getting a Facebook message through, or you don't have any sort of messaging system, you can text in through your mobile phone, 07551 259 675. There's always there's so much to do before I actually come on to talk to you. You've got to put the title of this in and fire that up, turn that on, do this. And often I forget something. And more often than not, it's the blooming text phone that I completely forget to look at. So apologies if you sent a text yesterday. I'm going to read out yesterday's texts now. If you want to send one in, that's the number up there on the screen, 07551 259 675. Okay. And Maureen sent a couple of lovely messages in yesterday. Good morning to you, Maureen. I'm not sure if you're here this morning, but she said Happy New Year, Chris, which she sent last night as well. She sent last night Happy New Year. Thank you very much, Maureen, for that. And she said good morning yesterday as well. Simon Keane in the house. He says, did you know Harry Styles is richer than Prince Harry? True, but it's because Harry Styles works for a living. Little old Harry Styles. Did you see him in that film? He was quite good in that film. He didn't have much of a speaking part, did he? Of the boats, you know. I think it was where the British commandeered all these little boats, a flotilla of little boats to cross the channel and bring the boys that hadn't been killed back from France, wasn't it? Simon also says, Mr. Chop Chop, let me wish you and your millions of viewers of your worldwide television show a very happy, peaceful and prosperous new year. Thank you, Simon. Who knows? This year we may get into tens of millions of viewers. You just don't know. You know, I live in hope. We are television people. Television people, dear. We live in hope that more people will watch. You never know. And Peter, who's in Woodall Spa, says, good morning, Chris. Hope you have a nice weekend. Did you have a nice weekend? Yes, thank you very much. It was a lovely weekend, actually. I do like the owl clock. Yeah, that's new. The owl clock there. That was a friend from my best mate, Ron. That was my Christmas present from him, as well as another couple of bits. He bought me a little, like a mini bottle of champagne and all that. So it's nice, that, isn't it? Eh? And he actually bought that one as well when I first moved into the caravan here in Lincolnshire as well. All right, so text numbers. The text messaging thing is right in front of me this morning, so I won't miss it. All right, this is, by the way, the caravan came from Glenda in a little box with a few other wonderful bits and pieces, didn't it? And Katie gave me, where's my little koala? She sent a koala. Okay, someone else who sent something, as in a letter, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to have reached me at Central Station. Whether or not it's in a pile of letters there, I must ask the manager there to have a look. But you've got to have a look at this. He sent me this. It's quite amusing. There we are. He sent me that for Christmas. That's my mate there, who's dressed as a bishop. And there's me. as the baby Jesus. Look at that. And that's Chris, the bloke who sent the letter. I think that's Chris there. I can't quite see the head. Hang on, let me put my glasses on and look closer to the screen. I'm looking now. I think that looks like my mate as well. Yeah. Is that my mate as well? Yes, it is. So that's my mate as well. He's holding himself. I'm not quite sure. I think he does that quite often, to be honest. Touching himself like that. But that's my mate in the bishop's outfit. And there's me as the baby Jesus. Silent night, holy night. All is calm, all is bright. Christmas carols have all finished. Not till next year again. When those are not... Do you like carol singers? They get on my nerves. Carol singers. And they appear, don't they? No piano, no instruments. They just start singing. Three of them, usually badly out of tune. I'm not a fan of carol singers. Thank you, Mark. The film was called Dunkirk. That's the one that Harry Styles was in. I thought that was an excellent film. Very, very powerful. It was the music, wasn't it? It was the music that just... Oh, gosh. Very, very powerful film indeed, that one. Michelle, I know what you mean about nice-looking men and hideous girlfriends. This nice man on Sunday asked me if Waitrose were open on New Year's Day. Oh my God, I thought his girlfriend was going to do me serious harm. Yeah, just because he talked to you. What's all that about, girls? Are your boyfriends not allowed to talk to people? And I can understand with these gorgeous lads when they talk to me, because that is a real threat to all women all over the world. They start throwing handbags and things at you, don't they? Or pulling out their makeup. There's a really weird look some of the girls have got at the moment, and it's to have their faces really white with bright red lipstick. What's all that about, girls? You often see them in the paper. You know, something terrible has happened to them. I don't know. You know, like they've lost a bag of crisps on the way home from the shops, and there they suddenly are, and they're on the front of the Daily Mail with the white makeup on, the bright red lips, the hair all done perfectly, the tightest top, you pushing their tits out like that, pushing their arse out like that, and go like that. What is that look about? They just look stupid. Now, Michelle, I can never see you doing that. You're just a normal person who happens to look desirable. You don't need all that stuff on that these girls put on with their white faces, the lips, the tits, and the bum. What do they look like? They don't need to do it. Good morning to Eagle HBT Movie Clips. A very good morning to you, joining us on YouTube. Yeah, weird citizens. They look like clowns. They absolutely do look like clowns, these girls. They really do. Good morning to Ben Atwood. Good morning, Ben. Welcome to the show. Katie says, carols used to come to door when I was a kid. Carol singers? Yeah, they did, didn't they? In fact, they were little children. Now, I don't mind that. Little children, and they come and sing their carols, and like this is how it goes. This is how it is. Wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And then the hand comes out waiting for money. I tell you what, actually, people who do something to try and earn a bit of money, I have the greatest respect for. These people, I never give to beggars. Never give to beggars. A lot of them aren't beggars. It's difficult to differentiate these people who are actually homeless and those who are begging as a, how would you say, a professional beggar. Difficult to differentiate with her. But anyone who brings along a guitar, a flute, a recorder, or just stands there and sings in the street and has got a little bowl out like that, yeah, I'll put some money in there. I've got the greatest respect for anyone who does anything to earn a bit of money. Youngsters would come up to me while I was DJing a couple of years ago, and I said, "Oh, Chris, I've got a new job." I said, "All right, well, it's a bit embarrassing, really." "No, go on, what do you do?" "Oh, it's only McDonald's." No, incorrect. It's not only McDonald's. You have gone out and got a job. Fantastic. Doesn't matter whether you're a brain surgeon or flipping burgers at Sam's Burger Bar down the road. You've gone out and got a job. You have my respect. You don't have my respect if you lay in bed until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, get up, switch on your bloody PlayStation and sit there in front of that until like 4 a.m. the next morning. Then you don't have my respect, my friend. I'm sorry. Anyone who goes out and gets any sort of job whatsoever, whether it's cleaning toilets, you have my respect. Just please don't touch me afterwards. Stop it. Thank you. Good morning, Gary Davidson. Welcome along to our show, Gary. It's funny this morning, actually. I don't forget that text number is open. Can someone send a text, actually? Because I don't know if it's working now. Maybe that's not working. I had trouble with the computers this morning. They both froze. What happens in the morning, I get up. The bedroom's just next door. I get up, all right? The first thing I do is come in here and switch on the two computers. One is an old Windows, I think it's a Windows 7 on that one. That's quite old on there. And that one there's a laptop that I take around with me as the spare computer. If my karaoke computer ever goes wrong, this is the spare one that I use in here. So that stays with me. And I turn those on, go and make my breakfast, come back in here, enter the passwords once they've fired out and go and finish some breakfast. When I come in here, everything's right up and running. But both of them, I came into our Lincolnshire television studio complex, and both computers had frozen this morning. I'm doing that, nothing's happening. Oh, moving the mouse around, no mouse. So I restarted that, and then I went on to this one. I thought, well, I'll use that one while I'm doing that. This is the one there, the messaging system comes up. And I tapped away on that one as well. No, nothing happened. Wasn't doing anything, so I had to false start that one, push the button down and hold it for, I don't know, 5 seconds, and then the thing goes off and comes on again. You're not really supposed to do that, but if nothing's working, then you have to. Now, just a little thing that we started yesterday, it does happen sometimes that messages from Facebook, all the YouTube ones come through, okay? All the online ones generally come through, as far as I know, although I didn't have one yesterday. The Facebook messages sometimes don't come through to me. If other people can see them, and I don't know why, we can't work it out, but they don't always come through to me. If you send a Facebook message and it doesn't get included in the show within a sort of about 20 minutes, okay, send it as a private Facebook message and I will pick them up from there, okay? You know how to do that. Just open your Facebook Messenger thing and just type away a message on there, okay? Just so, I mean, don't do it as quick as you can, but if it doesn't come up on the messaging thing, then try that there, all right? Weird City Citizen sends a text this morning. Good morning, Weird City Citizen. Adam says he sent one, but it hasn't got here yet, Adam. How strange and mysterious. Your one hasn't got here. Is anything working in here this morning, apart from me? God, blimey. Maybe it'll come through in a minute, Adam. I don't know. Adam the plumber is in the house. Good morning, Adam. Welcome along to the show. That's another point, actually. If your message doesn't come through, you can always try it on a text and see if it gets through that way. I don't know why. I've no idea why that happens, all right? Another technical issue I've got at the moment, and does this happen to anyone else? I've got an old telly and an old Freeview box here at the caravan in the living room next door. The Freeview box I've got is to get HD channels, okay? So it gets all the HD channels, all the channels plus the HD ones, because the telly doesn't get the HD channels, right? So I've got this box. It's an old box I've had about 5 years. So I tune it all up, and that's it. Everything starts working. All the channels are there. When I turn the telly off and I get up the next morning, all the HD channels disappear. Isn't that strange? Why does that happen? And then I have to go through the whole rigmarole of doing it all again, which takes about 5 minutes. So, you do a menu, auto scan, and then it tells you it's going to delete everything that it's got, and then you say yes, and then it starts scanning through all the channels again. It finishes, and there, miraculously, the HD channels then reappear. So that's fine. It works, on and off all day. Go to bed. Next morning, they're gone again. How strange and mysterious is that? Perhaps there is an alien somewhere hiding in my house. Does that happen to anyone else? Right, a couple of texts coming through. Good morning to John. Hello, John. John McGinley. Good morning to you, John. Hope to see you down Central Station soon, my friend. Little John, are you here or are you in Northern Ireland at the moment? Or Ireland? I can't remember. Are you Irish or Northern Irish? Can't remember now. Good morning to Maureen, who is there as well. Good morning, Maureen. I hope you heard my apology earlier which I read out after not turning on my mobile phone yesterday to get the messages in. Terrible. Adam, your message hasn't come through. I bet you sent it on the wrong number. Please try again. We're sorry, we cannot get the number you require. Please try again. Yes. Thank you, Adam. Paul and Lou are just about. He is hanging this morning. Paul and Lou, you've been drinking, haven't you? Don't you? Go on, how many people? Oh, I'm never having a drink again. Is that you? My nephew, my younger nephew, Jimmy, he likes the old alcohol. Oh my God, he gets comatose. He's one of those. 21 years old and he gets so drunk, it's unbelievable. He disappeared last night. We never saw him. I don't know even if he's home tonight. Outrageous. Joanna is wishing happy birthday to happy New Year to Paul as well. Good. So that's my Freeview thing. I've got my brother-in-law gave me a couple of new lights yesterday, which I must thank him for. Now, I say new, they're old video lights that he's got. Here they are, look. And I thought they might be useful to light up the backdrop a little bit more. And I looked at the screen and I thought, oh, I don't know how this is going to work. Anyway, I did try them last night just before I went to bed. But I'm not really getting the effect. I'm not sure what effect I thought I was going to get. But nevertheless, let me just show this to you. These go up. They're on little stands like this. You know, they're battery operated, okay? And they got the little, they're barn doors like that, and you turn them on. But I don't think it makes much difference. If anything, it doesn't look as good. Now watch this. So you wouldn't be able to see those really. So they would go over there like that, right? Now watch what happens if I turn them on. That doesn't look good, does it? So I mean, you can turn them around in various different places, but that makes that clock shine too much, don't you think? So and there's another one over here. I've got two. He's given me two of these, and I'm not sure that I can actually use them. I was actually going to buy two of these, and I mentioned it to him last night, and he said because he does video stuff, he does his own video channels, and he earns a lot of money. I earn nothing out of this. No one watches this one. If you knew the retention rate, you'd be shocked. It's like something like 3 minutes. But it doesn't matter because I enjoy it and I'll give a toss and that's it. But he does he does restoring videos at the moment. He's tried several things. He restores old tools, literally. He'll seek out an old tool, probably get it for next to nothing, and then literally take it apart, take the paint off, repaint it, put it all together, oil it, and he makes videos out of those. He earns hundreds of pounds a month out of that. Hundreds. I won't tell you the exact figure, but he had a real shock last month, the amount that came through. I couldn't believe it when he told me last night. Let's just put it this way. When I offer to buy dinners, okay, if we go out, that won't be happening for a while. He can bloody well buy them. He's earning more in videos than I get rent from my bloody flats. This is on YouTube. Me? Nothing. And no, I lie. I did get $60 once after about 5 years of being on YouTube. So look, excuse me. That's a minor cough. It's nothing like it was yesterday. Right, so there's this one here as well. So I'll put that one on as well. Let's have a look at this. There we are. And there goes that one. Now, that's not an improvement, is it? Is it? It really isn't. Maybe if I could just turn that round a bit. Or maybe put it up. What if I do it upwards? Is that if I light up this sort of like an uplighter? Hang on a minute. Let's turn it up a bit. What do you reckon? Oh my God! What happens if I do? It's all very technical, isn't it? Let's do this one as well. Let's see what happens. Maybe angle them slightly away from my head. I'm sure there's an actor. Oh no, dear. No. I look like a ghost now. Let's turn those off. So I'm not sure. I think we might just stick as it is, actually. What do you reckon? We might just stick as it is, or maybe there's something else I can try. So I do appreciate that, but I'm not sure. I might have to re-deliver them back to him again. Ben sent a message 5 minutes ago. Yes, hello, Ben. Thank you very much. You sent that at 9:58, didn't you? So that's just come. That came here at 9:58. Thank you very much, Ben, for your message. And morning and Happy New Year from the Norfolk Broads. Not holidaying at home, they actually live there. You've brightened my New Year's Day, but you didn't put your name there. I don't know who you are. So if you want to send that through again, and then you can put your name there. No text from Adam. Adam, your thing is not working. Your thing is not working, I'm afraid, Adam. No text from you, sir. Thank you, Ben. Adrian, where did they fume from film sets? They're quite old, but they're very good. They're very bright. I do have one light in front of me there and one in the ceiling that has got a bit of paper over it. Otherwise, my head shines too much. And that's how that works. So I think maybe we might not use those at all after all. Or in the wrong place. You know, if they were hanging from the ceiling, I don't think I could get them hanging from the ceiling. That might be better. Hang on. Yeah, I'm sure it would be, actually. If they were hanging from the ceiling... Or maybe I can put them up there. I'll do that when I finish the show. I can't really do that now. What if I was to put them right up there? Oh, I don't know. It's not making much difference at all, is it, really? Turn it up. No, that's too much now. Turn it down. Oh, now that makes a bit of difference, doesn't it? Like that, do you think? I don't know. We'll leave them for now. Leave them for now. Was there no one in the swimming pool yesterday? When I went swimming yesterday, no one in the pool. 3 people. There were 3 people in the small. Good morning, Billy Mack. Happy New Year to you, sir. The swimming pool I use in Lincolnshire, which is in Horncastle. 3 people in there yesterday, right? When I first got in there, they were doing the water aerobics. Oh, yes, the water aerobics. So they're all doing it. So we have to go in the deep end. The only thing is, getting in the deep end, you sink first. I don't like that. I don't like to put my head under the water. You know, you jump in and you go down. You go, oh my God, I'm going to drown. And then up you come 3 seconds later. So you have to swing and although I was the only one in there, so I was just going around like that. And then the water aerobics people finished and they all got out, left 3 of us in the pool. And as soon as they got off, they laned off one of them with one of those metal and little things that float, you know, so you've got a lane of swimming things going on there. And I'm going up and down there. And then a couple got in, right? There's the whole pool there. No, they decided to swim next to me. And this woman in there, she obviously wanted something to moan about. She didn't say anything to me, but every time I passed her, now I'm not a splashy swimmer. Nothing worse than a splashy swimmer. And the worst stroke you could possibly do in a public swimming pool is the butterfly. You never see the girls doing that. It's only the fellas that do that. And it's like a macho thing to them, I think. You know, a splash, 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 splash. Like that all the time as they go up and down. Most annoying. I'm not a splashy singer. But every time I went past her, she turned her head like that. I thought, you stuck up old cat. Her and her blooming husband or boyfriend, whatever he was. She looked a bit old for him, to be honest. Dear me. I don't understand these young old people that want to go out with young people, do you? Pardon? It don't make sense to me at all. I mean, I wouldn't want to go out with a young person. Oh, no, no, no. 30. I think we're about 30. How old am I? 55. I did mention that. I was talking to my niece about that last night. I said, well, I don't want to go out with someone young. 30's all right. And she looked at me. She said, well, how old are you? I said, 55. Why? She says, oh, that's a bit of a gap, is it? I said, is it? Cheeky cow, honestly. How many in the showers? There's only 2 showers there, Adrian. And they're mixed showers. You can't take everything off. Bits are remaining dirty while I'm trying to shower myself. Dear me. So there were only 3 people in the pool yesterday, a woman and a man swimming next to me there. And then yesterday afternoon, my sister, she's got an old telly that's gone wrong. It's not that old, actually, probably about 10 years old. Anyway, it stopped working. So they've got a TV repair place just down the road from me here in Tattershall. And that's how it's a Tattershall. Sounds Chinese there. Tattershall. Ah, the Tattershall. Chinese takeaway. Tattershall. 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 So we picked up her telly and took it in there. My nephew bought it in his little van, and Martin, her husband, came along as well. And I thought, well, I'll go down there. Maybe I can find myself a nice second-hand television in there, because I want a 50-inch for here, but I don't want to buy a new one. I don't want to spend hundreds of pounds on a telly. I mean, the new 50 inches, you can get those for like less than 300 quid now. The unbranded ones, you know, like the Tesco own make, or the Asda, the Polaroid televisions. They seem to be particularly good value. Asda do those, and I'm sure I saw one of those last year, 50-inch Polaroid television for £229. I'm sure I saw that in Asda last year. But I don't want a brand new one for in here. I want a second-hand one, and I'm convinced I should be able to find a second-hand 50-inch. Doesn't need to be a smart telly or anything like that. Just a 50-inch telly. And I thought, I've been looking on eBay and Facebook Marketplace for one of these, right? But they're going for like 100 quid, and I think, oh, you're a bit greedy, aren't you? You can get a brand new one for 220. So we went in the second-hand shop, where it's not a second-hand shop. Well, it is and it isn't. It's all electronic stuff in there. So you take your telly in, he fixes it, you pay him your money, and he gives it back. I think he also takes in tellies that people don't want anymore and resells them on, or fixes them and sells them on like that. But there was nothing in there for less than 300 quid. You know, I can buy a new one for 229, a Polaroid one, can't I? So still on the lookout for a 50-inch telly, and the maximum I will spend on that, I did say 50 quid. I'm going to have to put that up to 75. Thank you very much. Cash only, no credit cards or cheques. Thank you very much. Adrian's Ray, there was a lovely long-hour tribute to June Whitfield on BBC Two at 8 last night. Yes, I watched some of that. Wasn't well advertised at all, was it? It was shown as an extra programme, so I just happened to be flicking across the channels before I went over to my sister's last night, and I came across that June Whitfield thing, and it showed she was in, what was the programme she was in? 1957. I thought, my God, that's even before me. That was. I can't remember what it was she was in now, but she was very pretty, wasn't it? Well, she was pretty right up to the end of her days. Just because you're old doesn't mean you're no longer pretty or good looking. I mean, look at me. You know, look at me. I am permanently good looking, aren't I? Paul and Lou, £1.25 a pint at the British Legend in Birmingham. Can't turn that down, Chris. Is that where you were? The great unwashed there, your type of crowd. I beg your pardon. How rude are you? Hello, it's Brendan. Good morning, Brendan. And thanks to my mate Jacquii Cann for introducing me to your cheery chats. Jacquii Cann, she's fantastic, Jacquii. And the thing is with Jacquii, right, that the beautiful thing with Jacquii is, like me, she is happy to take the piss out of herself. And I love her. She's got a fantastic voice, a really bubbly, fantastic personality. I don't know if she remember this or not, but I had her on in Clapham once, and I think it was her birthday party, and there were sandwiches and all that, right? And you know, Jacquii, it's a little bit big. Sometimes I think her weight same as mine. Her weight changes. 1 minute she's losing it, then she's gaining it again. And at this point, she was a little bit big. And she came on the stage, and while she's singing, I said, they got sandwiches over there. And she's like, where? And she started singing, right? She came off the stage, walked right across the crowd, through the crowd, over to where the sandwiches were, picked up a whole plate and brought them back onto the stage. And she was sharing them with me. We had our own sandwiches on the stage. Thank you very much. Yes. Where's the sandwiches? Where's the sandwiches? She was going. Oh, she's such a wonderful person, Jacquii Cann. Those of you who don't know Jacquii Cann, she appeared on the what's that program called now? Stars in Their Eyes. I think Leslie Crowther was the host at the time, so it was a number of years ago. And she did Alison Moyet. You took your time to be there this time. That one. You know that one. Alison Moyet she does as the Stars in Her Eyes, and then she does other songs as well now in her cabaret show. That I haven't seen her for some years now, but she's such a wonderful person, Jacquii Cann. Please send her my best best wishes, okay? Good morning to Louise Weirn today. Good morning, Louise. I think that's the first time there. Good morning, Chris, and a happy New Year to Louise as well. Adrian just sold his old bedroom TV. It was 47 inches big. It was a good one, but he's now got a 4K smart one. Fantastically brilliant picture. as I have at my house, Adrian. I've got a 65 at my house, a 65 LG. The picture is brilliant in the HD. You can see everyone's lines. I dare look at myself, to be honest. Adrian is pretty. Adrian also says he's pretty. Do you think so? Do you, Adrian? What you think that? You know, I mean, always think that of yourself. Do yourself up like some of the acts do. Michelle has seen a few girls with that awful makeup on and wearing those delightful see-through leggings. Not a good look. Aren't they awful? Those flesh-coloured leggings. Oh, now who was it? There was a programme on recently. That's it. I'm a Celebrity Jungle. Get me out of here. That gorgeous young lad in there, the black one. What's his name? Malik. He wasn't black. He was like mixed race colour, and he got voted off. Oh, I never forget. And then, you know, on that rope bridge, his mother come running along it, and she had those flesh-coloured leggings on. Now, I'm not being funny, Michelle. I wouldn't wear such things because I'm not the right shape. You've got to be pretty fit and have a really nice arse to wear tight flesh-coloured leggings. And she went running along this bridge. This fat was bouncing up and down along with the bridge. I thought the thing was going to collapse. Didn't you? I thought the bridge was going to collapse, dear. Please wear clothes that are suitable for your attire and your shape. God's sake. Look who it is. It's Jacquii Cann. She's there now. Good God. My friend Brendan said you had mentioned me. It was nothing nice for Jacquii. It's best that you didn't watch it, darling. I don't have ever anything nice to say about anyone on this programme, I'm afraid, Jacquii. Please don't watch it back. Morning, Jacquii. Now, this is Jacquii. She was on Stars in Her Eyes some years ago now. My friend Brendan says you mentioned me. Thank you. I hope it was in a nice way. No, not at all, Jacquii. It was very, very detrimental. In fact, I don't think you'll get any bookings after I finish talking about you, my darling. Eh? Why don't we have you at Central Station? Kelly would book. Do you go through Kelly? I think we'd have to have you at Central Station. That'd be nice. I do Saturday nights there. It's only a little. It's very, very low key there. We have a good laugh there. Louise, I thought his mother was naked on her bottom half. Yeah, so did I. Wasn't she? Now there's a lad I'd like to go out with, Malik. I think that was his name, Malik, wasn't it? He's quite a nice lad, isn't he? Do you think? Last night, what did I do last night? And I certainly didn't go out. I just went round to my sister's. And I just had tea. Unfortunately, the chocolates came out again. Yes, it's that big box of but celebrations time. Come on. Da, 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 da. I do like a box of celebrations. The Galaxy chocolates. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Jacquii, I'm laughing my head off. Get a booking. Well, good luck, darling. It'll be the first one you've had this year, won't it? Do you get it? The first one I've had. There's a joke there. There's a joke there. I'm hoping to get a booking to do a television show at some point. You know, I've only been doing this now for 14 years, but I'm still hopeful. I'm still hopeful that there'll be some sad producer who suddenly becomes desperate one day. You know, maybe Bradley Walsh he's got a sore throat and can't do it, and they'll ring me up. Chris, oh hello, it's the producer. Yeah, of what's that show he does? I don't know what the show he does. You know, is it the thing where the money's going down like that? No, what is it now? Tipping Point? Is it Tipping Point? No, I can't remember now. I can't remember. You know, Bradley can't come in today. Could you come and do it? Yeah, I'll be there in 2 minutes. But you're in Lincolnshire. That's okay. I'll drive fast. I'll be straight down that motorway, dear. It might happen, Jacquii. You have stood on a large stage in a TV studio. Will that ever happen for me? Who knows? But I have my own television studio here. Who would know that this is a tiny room in a caravan? You wouldn't know, would you? You wouldn't know. Good morning to Jean Evans. She's sending for a little picture this morning. Good morning to you, Jean. Didn't you get fed up with all those Happy New Year multiple pictures you were getting, and the Christmas ones as well? I just find them completely and totally impersonal. They don't even put a personalised message, do they? Thank you, The Chase. Thank you, Ben. That program's called The Chase. He's great, isn't he? Bradley Walsh. One of the, in my opinion, one of the best people on the television at the moment. And do you know why he's good? Do you know why he's good? Because he is natural. There is no fakeness there whatsoever. He is a natural born TV presenter. There's so many fakes on the telly. I was talking to my lovely friend Mary, non-Irish Mary from Ireland the other day. She's the one with cancer at the moment, unfortunately. She was she made me laugh the other day. We were talking about this, about fake people on the telly, and in fact all around us all the time. We are surrounded by fake people, and I can see through them miles away. I see through fake people straight away. I absolutely do. I've got to meet them. Within 10 seconds, I'll tell you if they're fake or not. The paper is full of them. Fake people with that white makeup on. They're all fake. Most of those are fake. I was talking to Mary the other day. She did make me laugh. She's got cancer, okay? She laughs in the face of it. She jokes about it. She smiles, and she said the other day to me. She said the other day we were talking about miserable people. You all come across them, don't you? Miserable people. And you know, sometimes you say that, and someone else says, "Oh, well, you don't know what's going on in their lives." What's that got to do with me? Just try and be a bit happier all the time. I'm not always this happy, but I'll never show it to you if I'm miserable, or I'll try not to anyway. Who wants to see a miserable face? And anyway, she says to me, well, I have to wake up with a smile on my face every morning, otherwise I would have been gone by now. And she's quite right. She wakes up with a smile on her face every morning. Whether that's anything to do with the morphine or not, I don't know, but it's worth a try. Good morning, Mary, if you're with us this morning, all right? Richard Harvey, look, Richard. Look, Jacquie, you've got a fan. Richard Harvey loves Jacquie so much. Well, send her some money then, dear. She could do with a nice cruise somewhere. I can see Jacquii Cann. I can see you now, Jacquie. You are the new Jaybe McDonald. You are the new Jaybe McDonald. You're going to take over cruise ships because she's not on there anymore now. No, she's got a Channel 5 programme. Did you see last night how much... Now, I'm a fan of Jaybe McDonald. I love the Jaybe McDonald show. It is old-style entertainment. Although, quite honestly, last night, what Alexandra Burke came on in a swimming costume. And she's doing that dance that Cheryl Cole did as well, with the legs fully apart. Oh, she's got some thighs on her, that girl, isn't she? Alexandra Burke. Did you see the thighs? I think my niece's husband had his tongue out. Went, like that. The thighs are going all the way up to her butt. She came on in a swimming costume. What's all that about? I was talking to my brother-in-law about this last night. You know, you never saw Vera Lynn come on the stage almost completely unclothed, legs all over the place. The Brotherhood of Man. Save your kisses for me. Fully clothed. Not Alexandra Burke. She's come on in a swimming costume, in a leotard, a black swimming costume. And she did that dance where they have their legs open and they're going up and down like, well, I don't dare say on this morning family-based programme. I don't dare say. I mean, I've seen similar videos on that. Awful. It's like that Cheryl Cole dance. I mean, it goes further than soft porn. Soft porn to me perhaps would be something like the Page 3 Girl, something like that. That's soft porn. But when they're on the stage dancing, thrusting their hips backwards, oh, it made me feel physically sick. It was physically sick. Jacquii Cann, she don't come on the stage in a leotard or a bikini. Fully dressed. I don't walk onto the stage when I'm doing my karaoke nights in a small pair of Speedos. The only people that wear small Speedos are the fat, overweight, balding, middle-aged men like myself. But I don't wear them. I wear baggy shorts. Baggy, so you lose that shape, you can't wear that stuff. Especially not on the television. Now, don't get me wrong. Alexandra Burke has the lovely shape, but I don't want to see her coming parading around singing her songs in a swimming costume. What is all that about? But I am a fan of the Jaybe McDonald thing, although there was quite a lot of it last night on Channel 5. My niece's husband said, how long is she on for? And I picked up my mobile phone, Channel 5. And she was on for hours last night. Hours! Don't she look different now to when she first started? Did anyone else see that? It was good, wasn't it? Did anyone else see that? Adrian, you need to have a casting couch session. But But hope you know it definitely won't help you get a job at TV. Did you like the older people about TV, Chris? The older people? What do you mean the older people? Explain again, please, Adrian. Ben, nothing will ever beat when he cracks up and breaks out in laughter at the questions. You're talking about Bradley Walsh on it. He's fantastic. He's fantastic, Bradley Walsh. And he's all over the telly at the moment. I hope they don't overexpose him. To me, that's what's happened with Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield. They're on a little bit too much. Great presenters, but I'm fed up with seeing them on the telly all the time. He laughs at questions, for example, Fanny Schmeller. Fanny Schmeller. That was one of the questions on the chase, apparently. Richard says, I'm a card. Yeah, the Ace of Hearts, that's what I am. That I have such a large heart, except no one wants to share it with me. I don't know why that is. Hello to Noah. Good morning, Noah. Tom Daly. Now, he can wear short. He can wear trunks, can't he? Tom Daly can wear the trunks. Don't know for how much longer. That's the other thing, what happens. As the youngsters become young people, become middle-aged people, and then it's that changeover period where if they've got their wits about them, they know they can't wear the bikinis or the Speedos any longer. They realise, and they move on to shorts or the all-in-one things. Except some of the middle-aged blokes don't realise that. There are people, Adrian, that look like you who are wearing Speedos. I kid you not, in that swimming pool. There was one in there the other day. Not Speedos. Worse than that. Cycling shorts. Wearing tight cycling shorts with the fat oozing over, as it would look like on me. That's why we don't wear them, dear. Why do they wear these things? Ghastly things, love. Sort of people that drink in a Weatherspoons. You know what I mean. Michelle. A man down the common end of my street walks around in the summer wearing no top and Speedos on with everything on display. Vile, dear, vile. Is that right, Michelle? Oh, you must try and get a photo, dear. Send it into the show. Richard, it's time for him to get up. Are you still in bed, Richard? Come on, man. Thank you, Richard. You have a good day too as well. Yeah, so I went round my sister's last night and had the celebrations chocolates came out, and I made a beeline for the Galaxy. And I was sitting next to my niece's husband. I was sitting in between them. I don't know why. Why don't they sit together? They don't want to sit together anymore, people, after a while, do they? So I'm sitting in between my niece and her husband, and he likes the Galaxy as well, so we've eaten all of those. And then when we finished, I think I had about 15 chocolates last night. When we finished those, we put the thing down, and she said, oh, I'll have some of those. And she's picked them up, and yeah, I could hear her rattling. She said, oh, where's all the Galaxies gone? And we just looked at each other. Adrian says, Tom Daly is doing a new line of sausages now in the supermarkets. Is that right? I must buy 3 packets. So, as I say, we watched Jaybe McDonald. We had a little bit of a chat last night. And then on came the fireworks. And wow, the London fireworks were something to be very, very proud of as a British person. They really were very, very good, those London fireworks last night. I think we've got about 10 minutes worth of fireworks. They were fantastic. All done to the music. Really, really good. And as a TV, if you're ever thinking of going down there on New Year's Eve, I would say to you, don't. You get the best view by far on the television. I've known people that have gone to the River Thames on New Year's Eve, and unless you leave early, unless you sort of get to the front by about, 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that, then don't bother. Okay? Because if you don't get there, then you're in with the crowd and all you can see is smoke and flashing lights. I've been told this by people who go. There's no point in going at all. That's all you see, smoke and flashing lights. So you're always best to actually watch that on the telly, all right? So I watched all that. We had a fantastic time. A couple of my family had a little drink. I don't drink. My brother-in-law doesn't drink either. I don't think my sister drinks either. It was only my niece. She likes a bottle of wine. Oh, and the mouth tear. When the children are not around. The mouth, you wouldn't have thought it was this cute little girl. She's got a mouth like a potty. I'm sorry she has. Whereas me, you never hear me swear, do you? Not a single bad word ever comes out of my mouth. Never. So we watched those, and then I came back to the caravan, and I had a little muck around with these lights here. But I couldn't get... I don't know what effect I expected. I thought it might look better than it does now. But actually, you know, I'm looking at my screen now, and I think I've just about got the colour balance right now, and it doesn't look too bad at all, does it? So maybe I don't actually need these lights, and I'll return them to him. But I am glad that I didn't go and buy them now, because I wouldn't have got the effect that I thought I was going to shell out the money for. I mean, they're not over expensive, you know, wouldn't be over, it'd be about, probably about 70 quid for 2 lights or something like that, I would imagine. So not over expensive, but nevertheless, I don't like to pay out money if you know, it doesn't do the effect that I wanted it to do, you know. Katie said the fireworks in Sydney are awesome. Yes, they are. But apparently, is it right? Is it right that the Sydney ones, you had the wrong date came up? I've got a story here. Oh, hang on, I'm looking at the wrong day there. Where's Tuesday? There's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah, it's Tuesday. Story here. Let's have a look. I'm sure it. Now, I've got something for you all to apply for soon. Okay, just get ready. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. Here we go. This is in today's Sun. As 1 million people watched thousands of fireworks erupt over the Australian city, a projection on the iconic bridge read, Happy New Year 2018. They hadn't changed it from last year. The New Year's Eve celebrations in Sydney may well be the most watched in the world. It has been said over the years they are the best fireworks in the world. Okay? It says, as around 1 million people attended the event in the Australian city, some eagle-eyed viewers noticed that the organisers flashed up the wrong year after the clock struck midnight. I bet they haven't got clocks like this. Look, owl clock and cock clock. Cock clock and owl clock. Do you like my clocks? We're going to have all animals here. A little pig clock, a dog clock, a cat, pussycat clock, maybe even gerbils. A gerbil clock. Can you buy those? A gerbil clock? While 100,000 fireworks had finished erupting, a projection on the iconic Sydney Harbour Bridge read, Happy New Year 2018. The embarrassing error was shared on Reddit along with the caption, We had one job, Australia. Happy New Year anyway. Meanwhile, revellers in Sydney were hit by torrential rain and a thunderstorm as they waited one of the most complex fireworks displays in Australian history. Auckland was the first major city to ring in 2009, of course, in New Zealand, and then other countries followed suit. But I didn't see the Sydney fireworks. That looks like it's Sydney. That's the Harbour Bridge, isn't it? There you are. If you can... There we go. That's the Sydney fireworks. I can't do it like that because it whites out under the light, you see. But that's the Sydney fireworks. I thought our fireworks... Oh, look at that. You imagine seeing the Harbour Bridge, the Sydney... what's that called? The Opera House. Look at that. Wow. That is amazing. There's some more there. Look. Look. They really are very good in Australia. They know how to do their fireworks there. And the very first time I went to Australia, which is a number of years ago, and I love the country so much, Australia. The first time I went there, I always remember the plane, the aeroplane from the UK gets in there quite early, something like 6 o'clock in the morning, right? So you're kind of wandering around, and I think the first time I didn't even get a cab. I decided to do it by train. That was a mistake because I had this really heavy bag and I'm dragging it up the underground system in Sydney and got up there. And I got into the hotel, and of course you can't check in. You can't check in till 2 o'clock, and it's like, 7 o'clock in the morning. What do I do now? And they said, we'll come back about 10 o'clock. We might have the room ready by then. Okay. I dropped my bags in there. And the very first thing I did was to go down to the Opera House. And I remember this so well. The hotel I was staying at was on the corner of Oxford Street and Hyde Park. Okay, so you've got Oxford Street there, Hyde Park there. So I crossed. I said, where's the Opera House? I said, it's about half-hour walk away. I said, that's fine. I've got a couple of hours to spare now. They pointed us in a direction, and I went past St Mary's Cathedral on the right, past, I think, like a military museum possibly, and that was on a corner like that. And I walked down the road rather than through the not Bionic Park, the bio. You know, the park with a bit like Kew Gardens, but not with the glass houses. They don't need glass houses in Australia. Never gets freezing there. Walked down there, and there it was in front of me. The Sydney Opera House. And there's a bench right in front of it, and the traffic wasn't that bad. You know, there's a few cars going around. It's 7 o'clock in the morning now. It's their work time to go to work. And I crossed the road, and I sat on that bench, and it would have been about 7 o'clock in the morning, and watched the sun come up over the Opera House. It was the most amazing experience ever, I tell you. And that was my first experience of Australia. And of course, you usually go in their summer, so you're coming from our winter, right? And it's when you come out of the airport, and you're going through the airport, you don't really notice temperatures in the airports, do you? You come out of the airport, and these glass doors automatically open, and you step out, and you can just smell summer. Like, can you imagine walking from one room to another, and in one room it's winter, and then in the other room it's summer, and it was just like that. It was absolutely amazing watching the sun come up over the Sydney Opera House. Wonderful, wonderful. Highly recommended for anyone to do, really. It really is. Adrian, you just said not a bad word comes out your mouth. You need to check your previous recordings of your show. There is proof that you say naughty words. Often I'm really shocked at this. Well, go and have a lie down, Adrian, love. I know it's a little bit too much for you, lovey. Go and have a lay down, all right? Right, we'll do one more story. Long show today, isn't it? Isn't it long? Long today. One more story. Now, this is very, very important. Now, Adrian, you might be interested in this. Maureen, I think me and Maureen might go for this. You right, Maureen? By the way, Adam the plumber, I didn't get your text. If you're still there, try and send it again. No text arrived, Adam. There he is. Look, Aiden says, I am looking beautiful this morning. Do you know what, Royston? I think so as well. I think I'm looking particularly good this morning, aren't I? I really am. You know, I've got a lovely mirror here, and sometimes what I do, I'm you know, on the right of me here, okay, is a monitor. I can see everything going on, that what you can see, basically, right? But when the show finishes, the monitor goes off. And sometimes I just put this mirror in front of me and I look at that for a while instead, you know, because I get withdrawal symptoms not looking at myself. I can't lie to you, Royston, and I can understand that. I can understand you looking at me, Royston, thinking how wonderfully good looking I am. But please, you know, stay with your husband. I'm not a good boyfriend. I'm not. I'll probably let you down. I'm a bit of a, you know, it's just one of those things. I'm sorry. Good morning to Chris WG. Morning, Chris. Wants to say hello, but so many Chris's already. I am from California. California, here I come. Dun, dun. I haven't been to California. That's one place I haven't been to yet, California. And you've got a Disney there, haven't you? I love Disney. Oh, yeah. It's a Small World, my favourite ride. La da 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 da. You won't get that song out of your head today. California. I love your stories, and I too want to have a caravan mobile home. We call them, I think you call them trailers. You call them trailers. I love caravans. I love them. Thank you, Chris. You're very kind, all right? Oh, Adam, stop it, dear. Your text didn't come through, Adam. Did you send it again, mate? Why isn't it? Can you double check the number you're sending to? It's because your little fat fingers. Adam's got fat fingers. He pushes like the 1 and 4 keys go down at the same time, don't they? All right, Chris, welcome to the show. Now, listen, Maureen, are you paying attention, darling? Me and Maureen, let me think of suggestions of people to go. Me, Adrian, Maureen, and I think non-Irish Mary from Ireland should go in for this one. Right, this is in this morning's Daily Mirror. There's a load of birthdays today, what we'll be doing in a moment. So if it's your birthday, that's coming up shortly. Okay, in the Daily Mirror this morning, it's time to cancel your New Year's Eve plans because the hunt is on once more for a household of love-seeking hotties. Hotties? Hottie? Roll up, hotties of the nation, because the search is on once again for sexy singles seeking that special someone. Now, this is not going to be an advert for a dating app. There's going to be no Tindering on this programme, I tell you that now. Are you ready? You ready, everyone? Pay attention. Applications for Love Island 2019 are now open, meaning you could be in with a chance of flying out to Majorca. Majorca? Are they for real? Majorca? Not like Australia or Thailand or Barbados. Majorca? Christ, talk about do things on the cheap. Blimey, it is a small world after all, Brendan. La 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 da. That's my favourite ride at Disney. I went on it 5 times. They had to ask me to get off. Excuse me, sir, would you come off that ride now, please? I kept going round. It was fab. I was singing the song. At the top of my voice by the 5th time I went round. I think that's why people started complaining. They couldn't actually hear and see the little model cutouts waving at them. My favourite part of It's a Small World is the balloon. You know the big balloon? I love it, the big balloon. You know where I mean, don't you? Yes. Love Island, Chris. This is it. Here we go. You can have a chance of flying out to Majorca and spending weeks sunning yourself by the pool while flirting with suitors. As with previous years, the aim of the game will be to couple up quickly. Yeah, no mucking around. Oh, it'd be like being going down chariots, wouldn't it? Don't have to talk to them for too long. If at all. Last year's winners got together at the very first coupling. What do they mean by coupling? Is it that thing, you know? Is that coupling? Is that what coupling is? They have remained an item all the way through. They've since gone on to score their own spin-off show, Jack and Danny, Life After Love Island, which starts on ITV BE next week. Oh, wow, I can't wait. God. Is this going to be like another like Katie and Pete show again? Katie Price and Peter Andre. How boring was that? However, going steady doesn't always guarantee success. Dr. Alex George proved. He got knocked back by a slew of ladies, including Hayley Hughes and Meghan, but still managed to almost make it to the final. Viewers will no doubt be hoping for a more raunchier series. Yeah, I'm up for that. I can do raunchy. Did you want me to do a raunchy late night show tonight, boys and girls? Do we want to do a raunchy show tonight, perhaps? Hoping for a more raunchier series after the class of 2018 largely resisted the bed-hopping antics made famous by their predecessors. Yeah, and I think I would fit in. Let's just get one of the photos up. Can I extend that or make? Oh yes, I can. There we are. So Maureen and they're all lads there. Where's the pictures of the girls as well? Well, there's the lads. So lads, do you think I would? No, can you sit? There we go. Do you think I would sort of fit into those lads there? Me and Adrian, perhaps. I think Adrian, we should go for this. Is there a gay version of Love Island? Is there a gay? Because if there isn't, you know the lefty gays would be going mad about this now, wouldn't they? Oh, it's really offensive to gays. Oh, there isn't a gay one. That's not diversity. We must be diverse. Where's the gay version? And all a bit like that, innit? Oh dear. Oh, hang on, I've lost the story now. Oh, it doesn't matter. I've read it all now. So there we are. We know it. We all need to apply to Love Island. I think we would be excellent on that. I really do, don't you? I'm liking the sound of Love Island. Do you know what Love Island is, Chris? Look it up. Type in ITV Love Island and you'll find out all about it. It's about people with beautiful bodies that, you know, just seem to want to get together with someone else. Good morning to John Parrish. Good morning. Happy New Year to you, John. Chris is going to reply. There you are. Chris is going to reply to it as well. Just a reminder, gang, if you find your messages aren't coming up, then they're not getting through to me. Use on Facebook your private message thing, you know, the messenger. If you've sent a message in the show today and it hasn't come up yet, quickly use the private messenger, the Facebook messenger, and that will come through to me because they don't always all come through. Adrian says I'll fit in nicely if they pay me lots of cash. Just done the application form already. Now you see you're going in for the wrong reason, Adrian. You see, attracted by the cash. You must never be attracted by the cash. You must never ever be attracted by the cash, my friend. You got to do it. It's like doing this. I do this for love. That's why I would be suitable for Love Island. Because I'm doing this because of love. I love doing this. All right. Okie doke. Right, Brendan. Good God, you're gay. I had no idea. Most people don't know, Brendan, you know. I mean, I don't make it an obvious thing. You're probably looking at this thing, oh, well, nice bloke, you know, family, 10 children, all next door, probably sitting there by the telly, waiting to hear what he's got to say. Yeah, I know. It's disappointing, isn't it? Mothers or ladies all over the world will be really disappointed now. I can understand that. I understand that. What about Sorcon? What is Sorcon? Big boy. Good morning, big boy. I don't know what Sorcon is. Is that something? Shall I just quickly Google that and see what comes up? I don't know what Sorcon is. Can you explain, please? Sorcon. It's nothing rude, I hope, is it? Sorcon. Sorcon. Okay, what is this Sorcon? Don't really say anything. How many people are going to Sorcon this year? Don't know what that is. Don't know what that is, I'm afraid. All right, birthday time. Here we go. Today's birthdays, and there's quite a lot of them, boys and girls. First of all, top of the list is Mr. Jake Hook. Now, Jake Hook, him and a friend of his do their own podcast, okay? They do a video show just like this one. It's called The Gay UK. It's a bit gay, not like this show, only for real men, this show. Their one is very gay and camp. And you can find that, just click on Jake Hook. He's in my friends list. Have a look there and you can watch one of his show if you want. Happy birthday to you, sir. Happy birthday today to Danny Bentley. Good morning, Danny. Happy birthday to you. Met you at last year, wasn't it? A long time ago. Last year it was now. Debbie Douglas. Good morning, Debbie. One of our lovely karaoke people. Happy birthday, Debbie. And indeed, Wolfgang Newman. Now, it says here you're 30, Wolfgang. Now, come along, Wolfgang. I think you're a little bit older than 30, aren't you, my darling? Happy birthday to Wolfgang. He was one of our lovely karaoke people. He lives in Germany now. Wonderful, wonderful character. Happy birthday, Wolfgang. Ruby Slippers today is 33 years old. Good morning, Ruby. Rana Samrat, 24 years old today. Mohammed Abdullah, 43 years old today. Hisham Jamal is 24 years old today. Julie Allison Wathan is 58 today. Good morning, Julie. Wendy Johnson, 42 years old today. Fanny Love, DJ Fanny Love. I haven't seen her for some years. Good morning. Happy birthday to you. Susie Almighty, 29 years old today. Paula Van Langen, it's her birthday. Rodger King, a young 39 today. Remember, Rodger, life begins at 40. It absolutely does. I found that out. Life begins at 40, my friend. Rodger King, 39 today, so you've still got a year to wait. Stevie Tomlinson, good morning. Nicolette Patch, singer, all-round entertainer. She's great. Nicolette Patch, 29 years old today. Dan Cox, good morning, Dan. 30. These are all West London people, isn't it? I've noticed that. 35 years old today is Dan Cox. Linda LaHughes is 33 years old on this New Year's Day. Joyce Boyce, good morning. Happy birthday to you. Jacob Matthews, I love that name, Jacob, 34 today. Brett Young today is 57 years old. John Adam is 29 years old today. Daria Shireen is 30 years old today. And finally, Tracy Boys. Have we done that one already, Tracy? Oh, you might be somewhere else, maybe not. Oh, there's another Boys there. Must be a different person, is it? Okay. Tracy Boys today is 53 years old. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. All right? Happy birthday to you, boys and girls. Adrian Richardson is now 117 years old today. Chris WG says 40 plus there. 40 plus. John Parrish, how about Gays Are Us? Now, what a good name for a dating site. Gays Are Us, I love that. Chris is 49, but don't worry too much about everything. A terrible gaming mate. Alrighty. And finally, what have we got there from Adrian? It's the danger money for working with you. Or what, on Love Island? Danger money for working with me. My reputation might be damaged. What, yours? You got one of the worst reputations of all time, Adrian. What are you chatting about? Anyway, that's it for now, boys and girls. I shall leave you here. Thanks ever so much for joining us on the show on this New Year's Day. A very big Happy New Year for you. Whatever you're doing, try and do it with a smile, boys and girls. No one wants to see a miserable face. No one wants to see people constantly moaning about their sad, pathetic lives on Facebook. And listen, if you split up with someone, don't start pouring out the story on Facebook. It won't attract anyone. There's a few people on there who are constantly going on about how depressed they are and they can't find someone and all this, that and the other. That is not attractive. You're never going to find someone by looking unhappy and depressed. You've got to pretend to look happy. So here I am pretending to look happy. Thank you, Adam. I'll see you again very soon. Have a lovely, lovely New Year, and I'll see you on the next show. Take care now. Bye-bye.